guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I created a very subtle eye with a bold red lip, and I lean towards more cool tones this time, which is very, very odd for me. I'm such a warm tone person. I normally steer clear of cool tones, but I got the Lorac Love, Lust, and Lace, if I can talk, and they have this gray color in here. It's really, really nice. And you know, a couple weeks ago I started using it and I was like, I really like this gray color, so I decided to do a very just cool tone basic eye, very, very simple as you can tell, and a deep red lip because it's perfect for this time of year. Christmas is already next week. Oh my goodness, or well, I guess this coming week. Holy moly, it snuck up on me this year. I have so much more Christmas shopping to do for my nieces and nephew, and I finally have 2 weeks off of work and 3 weeks off of school. If you don't know, I am a full-time student and I work full-time, so I'm finally going to have time to myself, and I'm going to try and film a couple more tutorials and maybe do a challenge video or something. I think it would be so much fun to do a challenge video. And I wanted to get my family into the mix because I have a big, crazy, loud family. Like, you put us in a room, we're all talking, we're all yelling. It's chaos, but it's so much fun. And so, I figured, maybe you guys can meet a couple of my family members and we'd do a fun challenge or something. And yeah, I'm just going to enjoy myself over break, hang out with friends I haven't seen forever and just have a fun time. And so, done with my rambling. If you want to know how to recreate this look, please keep watching.
So to begin, I am going to be using the Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser by Maybelline. I'm just going to be taking like a dime size of this. I'm just going to be starting off in my T-zone where my pores are most noticeable, and I'm going to be just spreading that out onto the rest of my face. And this will be a really good base for our foundation. And I'm actually using a new foundation and I have been obsessed with it. It is the Cover FX Natural Finish Oil-Free Foundation in the shade N10. And the coverage of this is amazing. Like, I am just, like I said, obsessed. And so I'm just going to be blending this out with a damp beauty blender, like always, and I'm just going to be making sure that I'm using patting motions as I'm doing this because I want it blended out and not blotchy or anything. I'm making sure that I get it in my hairline. It's all blended into my hairline, and I'll be doing it down my neck like always, my ears, and making sure any redness that I have is canceled out with this foundation. And so then for concealer, I'm using the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NC15. I'm doing that underneath my eyes, the bridge of my nose, my chin, and my forehead like always. And I'm just going to use a damp beauty blender again and blend that out using patting motions yet again. Also, make sure that you get around your nose really well because us women tend to be more red there due to hormones. And so after I'm done doing that, I'm just going to be taking the MAC Pro Emphasize powder and I'm going to be putting that where I just put my concealer at. And then after I put that powder down, I'm going to be taking the banana shade from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit and the Rimmel Stay Matte Press powder. And I'm going to be put that all where I just concealed. And I'm making sure I'm doing pressing motions instead of rubbing because otherwise that will just wipe off the concealer that you did just put on your base. And so then I'm just going to be taking those two shades from the contour kit and I'm just going to be sculpting out my cheeks and then my nose underneath my lip to make it look a little bit fuller. And then I'm just going to be taking the E.L.F. stippling brush and just blending that out. Making sure there's no harsh lines or anything, and then to even out my face, I'm going to be warming up my temples here with the same two shades, mixing them together, and blending them out once again into my hairline. And what I like to do then is put it underneath my chin to create a little bit of a shadow. So after I have all of my contouring blended out the way that I want it, I am going to be taking Too Faced Luminous Peach Blush on a Real Technique stippling brush and just making sure the apples of my cheeks are just a little bit flushed. And then moving on to my eyebrows next. I am just taking a spool and combing through them. And I'm going to take the E.L.F. Eyebrow Kit in the light shade. And using the gel side, I'm going to just sculpt out my brows and outline them the way that I want them to look. I always start in the middle, move to my arch, and then the tail. Then I'm taking the powder side on a different angled brush and I'm just going to fill in my brows and make sure they are all blended out. Once I have that done, I'm going to take the NYX Brow Tint Gel in the shade Chocolate and just set my brows with that. Using the MAC Pro Emphasize Powder again, I'm just going to clean up my eyebrows a little bit more. And yes, I did fall a couple days ago on the ice and I got a little owie from it. And so these are my 3 go-to palettes so far right now. It is the Lorac Love, Lust, and Lace palette, and then the Too Faced Natural Eyes, which is an oldie but a goodie. And then on to my absolute favorite palette right now. It is the Morphe 350 palette. I finally was able to get my hands on it after it sold out so many times. Just look at all of these gorgeous shades. As you can tell, I'm so excited for this. Quick drink of water, gotta stay hydrated while filming. And dancing a little bit to One Direction, yes. And so I'm using the Too Faced Shadow Insurance, and I'm going to prime my eyes with it. And then I'm going to set it with the MAC Pro Emphasize Powder yet again. Just so that when I go to put on my shadows, they blend out very nicely and not choppy. So using the Natural Eyes by Too Faced, I'm going to use the Nudie shade, and I'm just going to use it on just a blending brush. I'm just going to start using this as a transition color. A very, very light shade, and it's perfect for putting it down as a base. Just blend it out using windshield wiper motions like always. And then I'm thinking, I don't know what shadow I'm going to use next, as you can tell. So then I picked up my 350 palette, and this is like a grayish brownish, more on the cool tone side, and I'm just going to be putting that into my crease again. And this will help build up the light shadow that I want to create in my crease. Then after that, I'm taking the Heaven shade in the Too Faced palette, and I'm just going to be using the small brush and highlighting my brow bone. I'm going to be taking the gray color from the Lorac palette, and I'm just going to be setting that into my crease and blending it out. We're just going to build up the product here. And then I'm just going to be taking a small brush and I'm going to start creating a little bit of emphasis on my lower lash line and blending it out with that gray color. I'm going to be taking those 2 lighter shades in the Lorac palette and packing that onto my lid now. And then blending that into the other colors that I already have on my eye. Now next I'm just taking that gray color again, but on a more dense brush, and then blending out with one of the Morphe Elite brushes. And using that dense brush will help pack on the color a little bit more, since we did just start with a blending brush. It is just building up the product to the right shade that we want it at. And I just wanted a very subtle shadow created in my crease. And then next I'm just taking that creamy shimmery shade from the Morphe palette and just packing that on my lids with my finger and blending it out once again. And then just using that same creamy shadow, I'm going to use just a small brush and put it on my inner corner to highlight that a little bit. And then just taking, this is a jumbo eyeliner from E.L.F., doing my waterline and my tightline. Then mascara, my favorite part. I'm using the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara like always, using just a full bottle of it and then an empty bottle with the brush cleaned. Using the full bottle, just putting on a thick layer of mascara, and then I'll go through with my clean brush and comb them through. I'm very picky with mascara. I have an OCD with them sticking together. I just absolutely hate when lashes stick together. So I like to brush through them with my clean brush. And then I'll do my top lashes and my lower lashes with this. And this mascara, feel bad using it because it's not available in the States. It's by Catrice Cosmetics, and my best friend from Europe got it for me. It's the Better Than False Lashes Volume Mascara, and I just love using this at the end after just for a quick coat. It lengthens them a lot. And yes, I did get mascara on my face, but don't worry, you let it dry and you just take a Q-tip and it'll come off just like chalk. And now for my lips. I decided to do a red lip since it is the holiday time and red is just so festive at Christmas time. I'm using the L'Oreal Color Rich lip liner. It's in just a red shade, and I'm just going to line my lips and fill them in with the liner because putting a liner underneath your lipstick will help your color last throughout the day. So then once I have that on, I'm just taking the NYX Snow White lipstick, and I'm going to just be going over. This is such a deep red, and it's just amazing. Such a perfect deep red. And then after that, I'm taking Champagne Glow from Becca and Jaclyn Hill, and I'm just going to be highlighting the tops of my cheekbones, my nose, my temples, and my chin just to give it a perfect glow for winter time. Last but not least, setting my makeup with the Urban Decay All Night Makeup Setting Spray. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Please give it a thumbs up. And comment below any suggestions that you have. Thank you guys for watching.
Bold color. And so, if you want to continue to watch this, no, that doesn't make sense. Okay. And I think I might film this one more time. Okay. And so, and I highlight on my teeth. That's cute. Ah! Bye, guys.